Hey, welcome to the 412 podcast, where our mission is to equip the saints for the work of ministry. This episode is fun and exciting. We have our friends, Matt Clakely and Spencer Jacobson, back, our two church planters that we've sent out. One, Spencer, to plant Beacon Church, and Matt to plant Northridge Church in Richardson. They're back to get an update on how things are going, how we can pray for them, and also to talk a little bit about truth and lies of pastoral ministry, some misconceptions, and then what is true about pastoral ministry. I hope it is fun and it's an enjoyment to you. It was really fun for me to be back with these guys. I hope you enjoy. Welcome back to the 412 podcast. I'm here with two good friends that probably a lot of our listeners, or I guess watchers now that we're doing a video, probably recognize. Matt Clakely and Spencer Jacobson.
Yeah, man.
And what I want to do first, before we get into the truth and lies about pastoral ministry, which I think will be fun, is just to hear how you guys are doing. We have, if you're listening or watching and you don't know this, these are two church planters that we at Restoration Church have sent out in the past couple years. Matt recently to replant a church in Richardson.
That's right.
And Spencer a couple years ago to plant a church in Hurst. So let's get an update. Spencer, let's start with you, since we sent you a few years ago now.
That's right.
Has it been 3 years now?
Yeah, our 4-year anniversary will be in April.
Okay, so we're getting closer to 4 years.
Yeah,
actually.
it's really close.
That feels weird.
I know.
That
Time flies.
4 years. Okay, so how are things going?
It's good, and we're not in Hurst anymore. We're in Bedford.
That's right, because the new building is not in Hurst.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So we moved into our new building in Bedford in June of 2025, and it's been great. We've really enjoyed the move, and I think all the things that church planters get concerned about whenever they move into a space where there's less. When you plant a church, it's all set up and tear down. You're putting chairs out and you're making sure everything works every Sunday. And one of the things that church planters get concerned about is like a loss of culture or participation when you move into a building. And I'm happy to say that 6 months into the new space, our people have just found other things to do. We got a recovery ministry going now. We're doing regeneration. That's Watermark's recovery ministry. And it's been really great for our people. And I've had a few baptisms. We baptized our son, Foster, back in November, which is just incredible.
Nice.
But you have two sons now.
Yes, and we have two sons, and Calvin was born in May, just a few weeks before we moved into the new building. So
you've not baptized him yet?
No, we have not baptized him.
But
yet.
his name's Calvin, so you're going to sprinkle him soon.
Well, you never know. You could do all kinds of things, right? There's no, we will not sprinkle him. We will wait for his confession of faith, and then we will baptize him.
There you go.
But yeah, things have been going well for us at Beacon, and I think one of the things that's most exciting for us right now, you guys know, you may be familiar with Six Stones and Night of Hope and all the ministry that they do over there. We've had a good relationship with Meadow Creek Elementary, which is a school over by us, and Six Stones gave us an opportunity to take on an additional elementary school. So we have 2 elementary schools that we're partnering with now in the community, and it's just been great. It's been great to kind of be a church in the neighborhood for the neighborhood. Yeah. We're loving it.
That's great. Yeah. Well, one of our elders, Sean Kim, was just with you this last Sunday.
Yeah.
Was he leading worship for you guys?
He was. Yeah. Sean was there. Yeah. Jess was there too. It was great.
And he came back and gave us a great report of the new building and everything. I want to see it.
Yes.
I still haven't seen it. You've seen it, haven't you? The new building?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to come out.
I want to see it.
I'm a good friend.
Yeah. You've got to come out, and you've got to see our decidedly Baptist communion table as well.
Well, I've seen a picture of it.
Yes, I want everyone to see it.
Yeah. The joke that we made after you sent us that picture was that now you only do communion once a quarter.
Yes, because it's special that way.
It's because it's more special. The table does look like a once a quarter kind of church.
Does it have this do in remembrance of me on it?
You bet.
It does.
Yeah.
It's legit.
You bet.
Now, fun fact, as we transition between Beacon and Northridge.
Yes.
Did you know that at Northridge, you take communion, you observe the Lord's Supper while holding an actual glass chalice?
Yes, I did know that.
Well,
isn't there glassware?
Ministry update.
Uh-oh.
We have plastic cups now.
What happened?
Frequency has increased of observing the Lord's Supper, and
a lot of
there's
washing.
there's a lot of washing.
Well, can we get your glassware?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it off the pod.
Yes, of course.
So when I preached at Northridge a couple months ago,
August,
in August, and I was given the blood of Christ,
Yep.
it took me a second to go like, oh, this is heavy. This is
Yeah.
glass. I've been a Christian for over 20 years. I've never taken the Lord's Supper in anything but either dipping in tinction or plastic.
You've never taken a sip from a chalice?
No.
Okay.
Or
And I thank the Lord for that.
yeah.
or from a priest. Like no one's ever
No.
admitted. Okay.
No.
Me either.
No. But never. It's always been plastic
Yeah.
or dipping.
Yeah.
But this was glass, and I was
not just heavy juice.
It was kind of bougie. I was like, wow, this is welcome.
That's how
to,
we roll at Northridge.
Welcome to Richardson.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Okay, so how are things going in Richardson?
Things are good. First, let me just say it's wonderful to be back on the 412 podcast.
Yeah.
You've really upped your game here, Ryan.
Yeah.
You've cut some weight. The the bod for the pod is now on VOD. This is really something.
So what would you say now? For those that are listening or watching and don't know this, Matt's like original slogan, because it was a podcast that didn't have video, was that Matt had a bod for the pod.
That's right.
Meaning he had a perfect body for audio.
That's right. Like akin to a face for radio.
Yes. So now what would you say? Now that
A
we're on
body
video?
for audio only format. I don't know. I guess the people will respond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drop a comment on iTunes, Spotify. Let us know.
Is iTunes a thing still? I don't think it is.
Oh, Apple Podcasts?
Is
Yes.
iTunes not a thing anymore?
I don't know.
I don't think it exists.
Oh,
The producer could tell us. Maybe he has a microphone.
Yeah, who knows?
He could buzz in.
fact checker back there.
Jamie, pull that up.
But things are going well at Northridge.
Yeah, things are going great, man. We're 5 months in full time. So started full time at Northridge in July. 1st of July, was there kind of part time. Restoration was so generous to allow me to split my time April, May, and June. And so Clakely family has been there full time since July. And really our work has been merging kind of two groups together. So I like to say that our membership at Northridge has two loci, one around the age of 79 and one around the age of 29. And so the last 5 months has really been trying to shepherd those two groups. So the original legacy members of the church with those who have come along in the last several months into one people, into one church, fostering a heart for our neighborhood. That's Northridge Church, right? We're named after the neighborhood where we're located in Richardson. Everything's kind of laid out by neighborhood. So we're in the Northridge neighborhood. We're 2 blocks from Northridge Elementary School, and we're Northridge Church, and really trying to infuse that into the culture, into our people of, hey, the Lord established this church on this corner in this neighborhood in 1960 to reach this neighborhood with the gospel. And so really coming back to, why did the Lord establish this church here? How do we then walk in faithfulness to what the Lord has always planned for this church to be, for this neighborhood? In the Lord's grace, we've had opportunities. We've done 2 events with the elementary school so far, have some more planned coming up in the spring. And so tremendously excited about what the Lord's been doing, have just by his grace, even before we've been really public, seen people come into our doors, experience baptisms. The Lord's been so kind to us.
Praise God.
Yeah.
How can the people at Restoration Church that know you guys and love you guys, how can we be praying specifically for Beacon and Northridge? What can we pray for?
Yeah. You guys know that our mission statement is making disciples of Jesus through friendship with God and friendship with one another. And this year in 2026, we're thinking about, what does it mean that Jesus is a friend to sinners who came to seek and save the lost? And so we are thinking intentionally about the neighborhood that our church is in and the neighborhoods that our people live in, down Harwood Road and Central Road, and what it means to speak clearly and truthfully about Jesus to them. And so we're asking our people to think about that. And there are a couple of things that we'll do around the season of Lent that are toward that. And then looking ahead to the fall of 2026, just encouraging our people to speak truthfully about Jesus. So we need them to be courageous. We need them to believe that the Spirit really does live in them and has empowered them to be witnesses for Jesus. So yeah, you can pray for us in that regard.
Pray for courage, boldness.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about Northridge?
Yeah. So we have a weekly prayer meeting, and over the last couple of weeks have just been refining kind of the prayers that we're desiring to pray together over the next 6 months. And there's 12 things on the list. I won't share all of them, but I think one thing that comes to mind for the folks at Restoration to pray for us is we, again, in that vein of our desire to really love and serve the neighborhood, we have a 25,000 square foot building that sits empty most of the week, and another 2.5 acres of lot that's just empty on our property. And we really want to be in a position where we're hearing clearly from the Lord how to steward our building for the sake of the good of the neighborhood and for the sake of the gospel. And so pray that the Lord would give us wisdom and courage to obediently respond to whatever opportunities the Lord opens. And then the other one is building related. We've got in a replant situation, and you've got that wonderful blessing of a building, something that I know you guys are now at Beacon Church so grateful to be a part of, but maybe that Restoration feels a little bit, at least from the leadership standpoint, like that's a big stewardship and a big cost. And we've got probably 80% of our building needs a roof replacement. And it's a flat roof. It's really expensive. It's really complicated. And so before the rain starts falling in on the building, we've got to figure out a way to pay to replace a large portion of our roof. So you can pray that the Lord mobilizes resources. Shameless plug: if you're interested in supporting that, or Northridge Church, you can find us northridge.org or replantdfw.com, and support the work at Northridge Church.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, good. Well, our people will be praying for those things. Thanks for sharing those things. So I said earlier, you guys are good friends of mine, and so much so that when you left to plant, Matt doesn't like it when I say left. I've said this numerous times, and he corrects me. When we sent you to plant, and when we sent Matt,
thank you.
Indeed.
I've said numerous times. Well, once Matt left, and he's like, I didn't leave. You sent me. Okay. When we sent both of you, I went through like a minor depression when you left, and I went through a minor depression when you left. When we sent you and when we sent you.
Thank you.
Because like I love you guys. I enjoy working with you guys. It feels different without you around, right? So when we get together, which is less frequently than it used to be, we have fun. Like after this, I assume we're going to lunch after this.
Yeah,
We love to have fun.
Okay,
Spencer can't go to lunch.
You can't go to lunch, Spencer? That's too bad.
Yes.
He washed his face. You can't tell.
Doctor appointment?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, that's fair. What I want to do, because we like to have fun, is I want to spend the rest of this episode talking a little bit about truth and lies of pastoral ministry, because I think we can have some fun with this. We've all been in ministry for a number of years, whether it's a director, an assistant, a pastor, whatever it is. We've all been in ministry for years and years and years.
At least a decade, all of us.
At least a decade for all of us. We have seen and heard a lot of misconceptions about what a pastor's role is. I'll give an example, and this is kind of a cliche one that I don't think most people actually believe, but it's more of a joke, which is, don't pastors only work on Sundays? Now, there are some people that actually believe that. I had a member of our church this last Sunday approach me after the service just to make small talk, and then in the small talk, he said, "So, are you taking time off for Christmas?" And I said, "Well, we have like the Christmas Eve service and stuff, but like after that, a few days, yeah." And he goes, "Well, what about your other job?" And I said, well, I don't have another job." And he goes, "Oh, I just assumed you had like a full-time job, and then this." Okay, I wasn't offended. I mean, I was kind of offended.
This was a member?
This is a member of the church, right?
Okay.
Nope, not a member of the church. A regular attender of the church,
okay.
Not a member, but like regular, like every week, like regular attender.
Yeah.
Okay. I was mildly offended, but more than that, I was like, this is a common misconception that people have. Now, there are many, 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 many millions of pastors that do have to be bivocational.
Yeah.
Right? That is true, but not all.
Right.
The three of us are paid full-time by the churches we work for, which is a huge blessing, and we don't have other jobs, okay? Yeah. So one misconception is pastors don't just work on Sundays, even bivocational ones. They do not just work on Sundays. They're working all week, okay? Now, the flip side of that is, what does our week actually look like? Now, it looks different for each of us, probably. So that's the lie, is we work one day a week. What's the truth? What does your week look like? Spencer, what is a typical week? I know it's different every week, but what does a typical week look like for you?
Well, I get to church at about 7:45 on Sunday, and then I'm done by 1, and that's my week.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's true. So Spencer, this is true of Spencer.
No, yes. So I've got a typical Sunday. There's always something after service on Sunday. Yep. There's usually lunch with a church member or with a guest, or something in the evening, like a deacon meeting, or like an equipping time for our home group leaders or something like that. There's always something extra beyond just Sunday morning. So most Sundays or many Sundays end up being a pretty full work day. And then I work Monday through Thursday mostly. Sometimes I work a little bit on Friday. It used to be Monday through Friday and Sunday. And over the past year, things have been able to slow down a little bit.
Nice.
But Monday is usually a pretty heavy admin catch-up day. There are emails to answer. There are appointments to make. There are visits to make. Because you're shepherding the flock of God that is among you. You're paying attention to the people that God has given you. So if someone in our church has had a medical procedure, then I may go visit them in their home. Or if a married couple's they've welcomed a baby, right? I'm going to go visit them, and I'm going to go see them, and maybe bring them some coffee or something. So that's part of the work that I do. And then the management of the full and part-time staff includes, just like in a regular job, regular one-on-ones, regular staff meetings, and then thinking ahead about the future of the church. Where are we going? Where will we be in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year? And now that we have a building, tending to little maintenance things that come up, things that I can do, which not many, or calling someone who can.
Because you're like the executive pastor too.
I do a little bit
in
of
like
that.
a normal sort of generic sense.
Yes. So we do have a lot of one of the things that's true about Beacon that is not always true in like a replanting context, or even in a similar church planting context, is that we have many people with many gifts who have freed me up to think like 15 hours a week about the sermon. There are lots of guys that, church planters or replanters, that they're lucky if they get 7 or 8 hours or 5 hours or something.
Chat's pretty quick.
Yes, I've heard this.
ChatGPT, just a few minutes and you're done with your sermon. So
yeah, I don't want to. Yeah. So that gives me even more time.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So we've got a lot of people like our lay elders, Chris Wells and Dylan Wells, not related, same last name. Just want to throw that out there. Yeah. They have a lot of skills that they do as lay guys during the week that free me up to think about the sermon. And our deacons too. We have a really robust diaconate. They do a lot of things to free me up to think about the sermon. But yes, there are executive pastor functions like leading the staff, leading the deacons, and serving them by bringing their gifts to the forefront so that they can do their ministry well without much attention from me. Yeah. But yeah, Monday and Tuesday are meeting heavy days. And then Wednesday and Thursday are sermon prep heavy days.
Okay. Yeah. Wednesday and Thursday, like the actual writing of the sermon.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the study is kind of finalized around Wednesday morning. The writing begins, Wednesday mid-morning or after lunch, and then I'm writing and retooling through the end of the day on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So not just Sundays.
Not just Sundays.
Okay.
Not just Sundays, and many times, yes, it's like an 8:30 to 4:45 or 5 work day in the office, but many nights away from my family, and that go late for meetings that pop up that you don't expect, to pray with people, to care for people, to spend time with people. So no, there are lots of things that are irregular about the schedule too, and I know that you guys know that.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, what about you?
Yeah, in many ways similar to Spencer. In the stage of where we are as a church, I'm the only pastor. I'm the only true elder. We have some provisional elders who are in place till the Lord raises up some men to serve alongside me as elders at Northridge Church. And so, yeah, I'm lead preaching pastor. I'm executive pastor. I'm discipleship pastor. Care pastor.
Sure. Yes. Yeah.
What in the old days, what they called pastor.
Yes.
Pastor. Shepherd.
That's my role. I typically come in really early on Sunday morning. I like to have some time to pray, think about my sermon. So that's usually before the sun's up. I'm there. Most weeks we don't have anything in the evening on Sunday, so that's an 8-hour day. It just ends about 1:30 when I leave the building. And then I do sermon prep kind of throughout the week, never more than a couple 3 hours any given day. So Monday, Tuesday, I'll usually take Wednesday off sermon prep, back in on Thursday, and then back in on Friday. And I'll usually work about 8 to 2 on Fridays right now, just where we are in the life of our church.
Right.
I'm spending way more time than I ever expected on our building. Kind of mentioned a little bit of that earlier. Just an aging building. I've learned more about audio and visual tech than I've ever thought that I would have to learn. But the Lord's increasing my gift set, I guess, or maybe my skill set. Probably not my gift set. I can do a lot of things, not great at many. And so, yeah, the days are filled. I try to keep my priority focused on what the Bible calls pastors to do, which is on word and prayer. And so strengthening, solidifying my own fellowship with Jesus is vitally important, not just for the messages that I deliver, but for me as a person called to pastor the people. And so that, and then all the things that happen during the week and hospital visits, just where, again, that large segment of our congregation is. Like there's hospitalizations and there's people to visit who are out and who are sick and who are home-ridden and things like that, that requires time, and that's not a begrudging thing. I'd much rather do that than, hang a new TV monitor on the wall, which is also part of my job right now.
Yeah. I don't know anything. I've never had to do that. I mean, when I say that my maintenance skills are limited, I mean, we had to put a new door handle on a kid's classroom this week, and I called Sean Goulet. I was like, hey, I'm not going to do this.
Door handles aren't easy though.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this. Can someone else come and do this? We have, like I said, we're just in a different place than you.
Yeah.
There are deacons, there are members who have time and want to come up and do it. Yeah, man. I do remember the days of, okay, we have to figure out how we're going to set this up every week, and no one is here to do that but me right now. Yeah.
My week, the way I organize my week's a little different than at least the way you set up your week. Now I have the privilege of having an executive pastor, and I don't do any of that stuff, which is great. I love that. I don't have to do any of the hanging stuff or the tech stuff. I do none of it. But the way I set up my week around the pastoral duties is I have over 20 years in ministry, I have figured out my weakest points, and I've tried to tailor my week to get the most out of my week when I have something in my brain to use, right? So for instance, what I do is I don't have particular days where I'm working on my sermon or not working on my sermon, doing something else, answering emails, hospital visits, counseling, whatever. What I do is every morning, the morning time, usually from the hours of, let's say, 7:30 to lunch, somewhere in there. Yeah. Every morning is sermon prep, research, writing, every morning. Because that's when I feel like I can actually sit down, read, pray, write, and it's effective.
Right.
Afternoons, dude, I'm toast.
Sure.
After I eat lunch, I'm done. I can meet with people. I can be engaged. I can do counseling, but I can't read and write and make sense anymore.
Sure.
So I'm always thinking through half days. It's mornings and afternoons. And I spend my afternoons doing the planning, doing the counseling, meeting, hospital visits, and I spend almost exclusively my mornings is my study and my writing. Because I just learned over time, I'm not very effective to do those things in the afternoon.
Yeah.
My brain just doesn't work in the afternoon that way. So anyway.
Yeah.
I'm lucky if I can get my brain to work at all.
Yeah. That is a problem sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially for you, Matt.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I found that it's almost like when I give myself a deadline in the afternoon, I'm like, I'm going to leave here at 5 today. And when I have that pressure that I can just come up with, I would say, yes, it's harder for me to think in the afternoon, but when I know that I want to be done, it helps me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The deadline does help.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
So even this morning, this is going to, give away some of our behind the stage stuff to our listeners here, but we recorded 4 episodes yesterday and 2 episodes today, right? And I'm still preaching this Sunday, right? So I've had to do sermon prep also. So this morning, I was supposed to be here in this studio at 9:00. I went in really early to the office to do some sermon prep because
Sure.
I knew, though the rest of my day after this is relatively free, I can't do sermon prep later. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I had to wake up really early and do it before I got here because I can do this in the afternoon. I can't do sermon writing in the afternoon. So, and I feel much better sitting here knowing I already did that. It's
Right.
done and I'll have to do it later.
One thing that I hear a lot from people when they ask to get together or something like that, or they're hosting some function at their house that's like for fun, and they say, well, I know that you are really busy and that you have a really busy schedule. And every time I hear that, it makes me cringe a little bit, because I think about the Eugene Peterson quote, which I think is in Contemplative Pastor, where he says that the words busy and pastor should sound in our ears to us like adulterous and wife, or embezzling banker. Those words should never go together.
Wow.
And which is a very intense way of saying it. Just Eugene's way of saying it. But I would say that busy is a bit of a catch-all word. Eugene Peterson would say that busy means like frenetic energy, just kind of wasted and useless, kind of going from place to place thoughtlessly and filling the calendar with things that are beyond the pastoral scope, different meetings that perhaps would not be good for a pastor to be a part of, or different activities that a pastor's time shouldn't be spent doing. And it is true that a pastor's calendar is full. It's full of time with the people. It's full of prayer and sermon prep and thinking about the church. But what should never be true is that we're too busy to spend time with people, or that we don't want to connect with people. And that's an assumption I think that people carry in. I don't know if that's something that I need to do better at asking questions about that, where I'm saying, hey, do I seem busy to you, or is this something you're carrying in from previous relationships with pastors at other churches? Because the truth is that I can typically meet with someone in 10 days time at most during a season of the church's life, like Advent or Easter or something like that. That's the furthest out that I'm going to have to schedule. But pastors want to spend time with their people. They want to spend time praying with them, encouraging them, and listening to them. And also, we like to have fun with the people that belong to our church. If we are able to, we want to watch the game with you. We want to go grab a dinner with you, or spend time with you, or get our kids together, or something like that. But there is a misconception that those kind of things, that even the like leisure or fun activities, that still work for us because they're church members, and somehow that means that we can't enjoy ourselves fully. And that's just not true. Now, it can become work if the person you're spending time with chooses to make it a conversation about the church or something else. You both belong to the church, so some of that's inevitable. But at the same time, we want to hang out with our people. We want to spend time with them. We want to get together with them.
No, that's a good one, Spencer.
Yeah.
I like that, because that is true. I hear that language a lot from the people at Restoration Church, where they want to meet, but they will like preface it by going like, I know you're busy, and like you probably don't have time. Like, I am busy if what you mean is my schedule has a lot of things on it.
Right.
My calendar has a lot of it's true.
Just like you, just like the person that,
But it doesn't mean like I'm too busy or I don't want to meet with you. Sure. But you're right. Sometimes it's not like tomorrow.
Right.
It might be 10 days out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I don't want people, and usually I do push back and say, I'm not too busy for this.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
Isn't it funny that there's a lot of that is contextually dependent? Because
That's
I think
true.
that there are contexts where I think the demands on the pastor are you're there all the time. That the expectation is that you're always present, and if you decline an invitation, that you're a bad pastor.
That is true. That is definitely contextual.
And so I don't know. I've not experienced too much of that, but I know that it's true in other contexts where, hey, we pay you to be available 24/7, and in some ways, hey, that's true. Like midnight calls when crisis happens, we're there. But that doesn't mean that, I'm super excited to come to your grandniece's, fifth birthday party, right? Like that's probably not a priority for me.
I love those, by the way.
Or an appropriate expectation.
My calendar is full of those.
Yeah, grandnieces. You got a lot of
Grandnieces.
grand aunts and uncles.
So many.
Yeah.
No, everybody's 30.
Yeah. You have the 29-year-olds, but not the 79-year-olds.
We have the inverse. Matt has he's got 29 and 79. Everybody at Beacon is like 35.
In the middle.
Yeah, everybody's in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And I would say this as well. I think there's a misconception that the larger the church, meaning the more members, the more attenders, that the pastor, meaning the lead pastor, typically is what people mean by this, has less time. False.
Yeah.
Often, almost exclusively, the smaller the church, you have way less staff members, which means that lead pastor or senior pastor like Matt is doing way more responsibilities. He, at a smaller church, usually his schedule is more filled than the lead pastor of a church of 2,000, because that lead pastor of a church of 2,000 probably is doing one thing. He's probably preaching and leading the staff, if he's even leading the staff, right? So he might not admit this. Sorry to spill the beans here. But he actually has way more time to meet with you than the pastor of 80 people who is literally wearing every hat. Now, that pastor of 80 people, I'm sure he wants to meet with people.
That's true.
I'm just saying his schedule is probably more full than the pastor of 2,000.
Yeah.
Was that a shot across the bow there? Was that not okay?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
It could be, but I don't have many friendships with pastors of churches that are even over 1,000. I think I would say most of my pastoral friendships are with guys like you, guys who are pastoring churches between 100 to 800 people or something like that. But
you guys are my only two non-mega church pastor friends.
Oh, I'm so honored.
Did you not know that?
That's nice.
Only two.
That's nice. The best two.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're my favorite too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's good.
Yeah.
So hopefully when people hear this, whether they're at Beacon or Northridge or Restoration, hopefully they will think about less preface on there. I know you're busy.
Yes.
Just, you want to meet, just ask us. We
Yeah.
want to meet with you. We want to help out. We're your pastor.
Yeah, we're glad that people come up to the building to do things. You have a building now, so people come up to the building to do things, whether it's to decorate for Advent or get the communion table in place or whatever. And they're like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm like, no, you're doing something. You are doing something for me. You are blessing me. You're not bothering me.
Yeah.
It's encouraging to see your face here. I'm glad that you're around. I wish people knew that. I want people to know that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, so mine is not about pastors directly, about pastors' wives. So one thing in many years of ministry and conversations with my wife is that oftentimes people in the church assume my wife knows way more about what's going on than she actually does. And I'm not talking about life in general or our family. I'm talking about that they make assumptions that she knows about the pastoral counseling that I've been doing with that individual.
Yes.
Or she has the answers about why the church leadership is making this decision or that decision and feels put into that position, almost like as if she were a paid staff member or carried an official office in the church.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's I've experienced that, and I know a lot of pastor friends of mine their wives have experienced that. And it probably comes from a couple things. It comes from maybe some of these people have been at churches where the wife is almost like a co-pastor in function.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's others that maybe they don't come from that, but they want that. They think the pastor's wife should be involved to that level. That's not Elise. That's not Jamie. No. And that's not Kate. That is not our like, even you guys could speak on behalf of your own wives, but Kate, she is a member of the church, right? And she functions as a member of the church who serves and gives of her time and her energy. She is involved in women's Bible study, right? And so she has some friendships that are closer than other friendships. She's not doing pastoral counseling. She's not a pastor.
Yeah.
Right.
She's not a counselor.
Right.
But she has friends. And we meet new people, and we as a family will go to dinner with new couples at our church. That's all great, but she doesn't really know what's going on behind the scenes as a member of the church. I don't go home and divulge everything to her that happened that day. She wouldn't want it, and I don't feel like talking about it when I get home, to be clear.
And oftentimes it's probably not appropriate.
Yeah, that too. I mean, there's things that she shouldn't be aware of because
Right.
it's sensitive information about another member in the church. That's right.
Yeah, and I feel comfortable speaking for your wives on this one too. They're not asking either.
No.
They're not trying to get information from us. Jamie is not trying to get information from me about any kind of pastoral care that's going on in the church. Now, Jamie is a deacon. She's a beacon deacon.
Yeah.
Deacon.
Yeah, and but her role is overseeing the team that develops our discipleship curriculum, and we get to work together on that. And she's worn a few other hats during the time of planting the church, because when you plant, there are a lot of things to do. Jamie has some skill sets professionally that apply very helpfully in the planting of a church, but she's doing less and less of that now and is doing what she enjoys. Care and counsel is not one of those things. She's a friend to a lot of folks in our church, but is not working with me to try to figure out how to do care. Most of the time, when we're involving a sister in the care of another member, we're involving like a home group leader or someone that person trusts and is involved, already is living life with, and in many cases, that's not Jamie. In all the cases, in fact, that's not Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that again, it's not that my wife has ever expressed contempt when such questions are asked or anger over it. But I think that there can be a level where when people make assumptions what the pastor's wife knows and aware of, that it can create like a false barrier between them.
Yes.
Right.
That's well
And it
said.
inhibits normal relationships like any other member would have with any other member, because,
That's right.
That's the pastor's wife. Like, and maybe it's her time, or maybe, what is, does she know what's going on here? Maybe that would be awkward for us. And so I think it can create like this bubble around our wives where it can be difficult for them to find normal friendships and relationships with other members of the church, because they feel like, that's the pastor's wife. I don't know if I can have that sort of relationship, which I know probably all of our wives desire and would welcome.
Sure.
Yeah, the first lady terminology needs to go away.
Oh, yeah.
We had never heard that until we got to Texas.
No, we had never heard it either. A pastor's wife introduced herself as the first lady.
That's too bad.
Yes, recently, and
recently.
Yes, and Jamie thought, "Am I also a first lady?"
Yeah.
And so yes, we can retire that. We can retire that terminology.
Yeah.
Safely, right?
It's not been in use in my context anyway.
Yeah, that's good.
I think there are certain churches where that's a long-standing tradition and probably welcomely or warmly welcomed.
Yeah.
But that's not Elise.
No.
Or Kate.
That's
or Jamie.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
No.
Now, I will say this on the flip side, I do regularly have to repent of not giving Kate enough information about what I should be telling her about.
Yeah, just generally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I am so like, I'm tired when I get home. I don't really want to talk about the details of my day. Unless something exciting happened, then yeah.
Sure.
But I will come home and I will almost exclusively not talk about my day, my job. And there's some times where it comes up where it's like, there's something that I absolutely should have shared with her. And somebody else has asked her about like, hey, did you hear about the thing? And it was like, I can't believe Ryan didn't tell me that. Like, of course Ryan should have told me that. And I'm like, yeah, I should have told you that. So sometimes we have the reverse problem where I just don't share what I should share.
I get that. Usually it's communication about calendar things.
Yeah.
That's usually where that hits our family.
Yeah. I'm horrible with our calendar, guys. No, I don't mean our family calendar. I mean that too. But with our church calendar, I'm horrible with it. We start our community group at the beginning of our community group gatherings. Usually our group leaders will say, hey, here's what's coming up, right? And then there's often follow-up questions. Hey, and they ask a question about it. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was on the calendar. I didn't even know we were doing that.
Yeah.
Is that bad? Do you guys ever feel that way?
No, I know all of it still.
You know all of it
at our
okay.
For sure.
That's just a church size, staff size thing.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll say something like about student ministry, let's say.
Okay.
Right. And they'll ask a question like, "Oh, so is this open to?" And I'm like, "Guys, I wasn't aware that this event was coming up.
Yes.
If you have a question, you should ask Sheldon or Kara. I don't know."
Yeah.
So that's fun.
It is fun.
It's not fun at all. I feel very guilty when I don't know these sorts of things. I just learned yesterday we have Christmas Eve services coming up. I'm kidding,
Yeah.
obviously.
What's your text for Christmas Eve?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I literally don't know.
That's
by
exciting.
the time this podcast comes out,
You'll know. They'll all know.
Actually,
Everyone will know.
Yeah, so by us even mentioning Christmas Eve's coming up will be weird when people watch this because this will probably come out like in May.
yeah,
Maybe not that late.
Well, that'll be fun for them.
Yeah.
it will be.
Do you guys already have
Mystery.
your Christmas Eve message ready?
No.
It's not ready.
Okay, but you know your text.
Yes.
Okay. I will decide my text after I preach this Sunday. I will then have 3 days to prepare.
That's I'm stressed out for you, but also I've preached a lot less than you, so that sounds right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it. But this week, as I mentioned before, with all the podcast recordings, this has been a week. So I've had to just kind of accept that I can't do what I want to do this
Yeah,
week.
I understand.
Yeah, sure.
So you guys, Restoration, y'all preach through the 5 solas and then Advent. And what comes after Advent?
Jonah.
Oh, fascinating.
Fun.
Jonah.
Yeah.
comes after Advent. That's right.
Very cool.
That's fun.
What about Beacon?
So we just finished 3 years in Matthew, and our Advent series was about being a sent people. It was hard to end on the Great Commission and then just say, okay, well, that's the most we're going to talk about mission, between now and next year or something. so that was how we did Advent. We'll talk about our values as a church at the beginning of January, and then we really like that you guys did Ephesians, so we're going to do Ephesians as well in the spring.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think I can say this now. We're going to do Song of Solomon this summer.
Okay.
During the summer.
Yes, Summer of Love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Is that what you're going to call it?
Yeah.
You should go.
Yeah, I think so.
Man, I might have to come visit Beacon a couple times this summer.
We'll talk. I'm going to need some help.
I'm on sabbatical this summer.
Come on.
So I might actually
Come on.
visiting Beacon.
We'll have some fun.
this summer. Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Wow.
What about you?
Fun.
At Northridge?
So we did 15 weeks in 1 Timothy starting in July. Then we did kind of a Northridge identity series working through kind of our core discipleship commitments that led right into Advent. We've been preaching all out of Isaiah for Advent,
Cool.
Anticipating the coming of the Lord Jesus. January we'll start the letters of John, and so we'll do 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, which gets us past Easter. I think our next open preaching slot is Pentecost Sunday. So that'll be Pentecost and Trinity. We'll probably do something specific for each of those, and then
That's great.
I'm thinking maybe jumping into minor prophets for the summer. I've always wanted to say that I spent a summer in the minors, and so I feel like that's a good excuse.
I heard a rumor
Okay.
about you. I want to see if this is true.
Let's find out.
The rumor I heard is you always preach your Pentecost sermon in tongues. Is that true? To really emphasize what happened at Pentecost.
Now that we are leasing space
Yeah.
from the Pentecostal Church of God.
But you actually are?
Oh, yes. They own the building.
I did not know this. So maybe this joke isn't going to land as well.
The room
So-
was pre-anointed.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So no, I've never done that, but I'm thinking maybe I need to ask them.
I mean, they can fill in for you today.
Yeah, that may be something that we do.
I did
lay on
not
some
know
hands.
this background.
Isn't that
This
interesting?
was obviously a joke, and I did not know.
No, isn't it interesting? Yeah, we
Wow.
lease space from Pentecostal Church of God. It's the first landlord I've ever had that has ever prayed for me. It was,
cool.
and then they gave us the keys. It was really sweet.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's so I'll consult them and I'll ask them
Yeah.
if maybe they can help me with that.
Or they can fill in if you want a sermon
Yeah.
preach in tongues.
The bishop's office is right upstairs.
Look at that.
Yeah,
The bishop.
Is the
Yes.
first lady up there too?
I don't know, but the bishop is up there for sure.
bishop is up
yes,
there.
he's up there,
Wow.
looking down on us.
Yeah. I mean, the wife of the bishop, that's the firstest lady probably.
Firstest.
The mostest firstest.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
Cool, guys. Well, this was fun.
It was fun.
Thanks for coming on the The VOD pod.
The VOD.
I won't say it. The VOD pod. I said it.
I don't know what to call it. It's still a podcast, but it is video now. Getting used to this, certainly. Making sure I don't wear the same thing 2 episodes in a row.
Yes.
Making sure that my hair is done. You
got a lot of laundry to do this week then.
This is new.
That's right.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, this is a new thing, but I'm very grateful for Sean, the owner of this agency, Mallard, for letting us use the space. It's very generous of him to let us use.
Oh, for sure.
His
It's awesome.
employees and his equipment and this space, and it's great.
They were super kind to me.
Yeah. Were they kind to you?
And Bo, when we came in, Bo's tagging along today. He's out of school.
Hanging out in the green room right now with a book.
Reading a book.
That's right.
They were nice to me too. I want to make sure that I say that so that there's nothing implied that they were unkind to me in any way. They handed me a water bottle and brought me a chair that I didn't sit in. And that was really kind.
Very
Good
hospitable
service.
here.
Yes.
Very hospitable. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's great.
Well, we're going to go to lunch now. Spencer's going to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
But we're going to
Yes.
go to lunch, I think.
Routine. It's all routine.
That's right.
Yeah.
But thanks for being here, guys.
It was great.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yep,
Thanks.
absolutely.